Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the quick update over the Battle of Bakhmut. There's some significant changes to the city map, and you can see something is very different, right? So, the pro-Ukrainian source, Deep State UA, has updated their mapping, and they have conceded the entire region here to the Russian forces. So it also signifies that one important thing, that the Ukrainians have entirely withdrawn from the northwestern part of Bakhmut city, and this is actually corroborating what I have mentioned in my previous update regarding this thing, that with the Russians kept taking this junction here, and then of course the entire of this citadel region, the Ukrainians would not be able to hold any of this position. The best thing to do is either retreat, or they will have to go into the forest line, which is exactly seemingly what they have done. They have retreated, and the front line currently goes along the road, along the forest line as well, and the Ukrainians have basically left the entire northwestern part of Bakhmut city, which actually concludes the capture of the entire northwestern part of Bakhmut. And on top of that, so this mapping, this change is actually coming out from the pro-Ukrainian source, so it's pretty reliable in that sense. And there's also fighting reported in the area of the church, the Jehovah Witness Church, where the Russians were attacking here. Surya maps only map until something like this, but then the Deep State UA actually already mapped all the way here. So I take the Deep State UA's mapping more in that sense, because they are the Ukrainian side, and if they consider those spaces, then effectively those must be under Russian control now. And there's a deep state Surya maps also reported that the Russian forces have captured these tall buildings within the Tetris sector of the Bakhmut Front, in the final stronghold that the Ukrainians have. Surya maps mapped it as they have captured this area here. However, this has not been acknowledged by the Ukrainian sources. The pro-Ukrainian side still put it as this is the front line here. They are still holding this line here. So this is the Deep State UA's mapping. Although I don't think the outside these small houses here will be very holdable. I think the Russians will continue to push, and most likely Surya maps is correct, because he has been really reliable, which means that with the Russians taking this, and if they can continue to push through from the outside, I think this is going to be encircled. The entire force around here, I don't think they will be able to hold this position, especially at least one of these buildings, I believe it's this one, has been entirely demolished by the Ukrainian side. They actually planted bombs and as they retreated over to the other side of the road, and then they actually recaptured all this region here from the Russians. So this sector here, I don't think will be very holdable for the Ukrainian side. So we are probably witnessing the very end of the Battle of Bakhmut, or at least the Battle of Bakhmut city, with the Ukrainians are holding the final lines only here. This is basically the rest. This is the only part of Bakhmut city that's left, that is not captured by the Russian side. However, this does not mean that the Ukrainians will not do a counter-offensive and to recapture or push back the Russian forces. That could also still be possible. So anyway, this is the situation within the Bakhmut city. On the outside, we have reinforcement from the Luhansk People's Republic arriving in the flanks, probably around Klishchiivka region. I think this is the more desperate sector of the flank that is requiring reinforcement, as the Ukrainians are pushing pretty successfully. And the latest seems that the Ukrainians have captured this area here. So the push continues from the Ukrainians, and so other than that, I think the Ukrainian defense ministry continue to report very awkward information about the Russians attacking at Bilohora and Ivanivske, which is like it's clearly the Ukrainians are attacking. So I don't really like when they do this. The Russian Defense Ministry simply reported shelling at Kalinina, Chasivya, and Ivaniske. So anyway, this is the quick update over the Bakhmut front. Main thing is the Russians have captured the entire northwestern part of Bakhmut. This is the only part left, the very corner, the southwestern corner of Bakhmut city. And do press the like button, subscribe if you are new to this channel, and I'll see you subscribe in the next update.